Good evening and welcome to Formula Pi Challenge Round 3 Part 2. We're continuing with 4 more heats tonight to get through before we finish this round. Aaron is just making his way upstairs to get started with the racing. I am also joined tonight by Tim and Finley, who has run off. Or is he around the corner? He might be hiding. So we're all here tonight ready to go. My name's Claire Pollard. I'm going to be talking you through the racing tonight. Aaron is just getting the first 2 robots set up, and whilst he is doing that, I'm going to pop into spin view and introduce the first 2 of our competitors who are up for racing tonight. So, on the outside, we have for the second time in Formula Pi, just racking my brains there, we have Wacky Racer, who is currently in the top spot on the Formula Pi leaderboard in first place. They came 13th last year, so a massive improvement this year for the Wacky Racer team. Have had some really astonishing results. They got 8 laps in the second challenge, which really boosted their points up, and 7 laps in the first challenge. So same again tonight, will push them well into the finals tonight if they get a good set of laps. So good luck, guys. Hope you do well. And next up, one of our Formula Pi sponsors, it's IQ Audio, back for their 3rd season. Currently 16th on the leaderboard, so still a little bit to do to make their way to the final. They got into the final last year and came 5th, and they were 10th in the previous season. So it's looking good for IQ Audio. They could make themselves into the final again. Tim is looking at me with a very funny face right now. What's happening, Tim?
Just very large funds.
Is it next door?
Must be some very hulky
Very
person.
big weights next door tonight. They are really pushing the gains tonight. Big weights. So sorry for the bangs if there's banging next door. I only apologise for that. Good evening if you've joined us in the chat. It's looking a bit quiet tonight so far. I think people are probably, I don't know, out having the dinner. It's that time of the night. Dinner again, straight on to dinner. It's the only thing I think about right now. So those 2 robots are booting themselves up. They've got 2 minutes to go before their lights will turn green and red at the back. That's the predefined time that they have to boot their code up. So there they go, they've gone red and green now. 2 minutes to boot up the code of their choosing and get themselves all ready to go for racing. The robots drive themselves autonomously, so there's nobody driving these robots, and the idea of Formula Pi is people get a baseline of code, they need to learn about AI and learn about autonomous driving, and they return the code to us and we run the robots autonomously, and people can watch on YouTube just like you are now. Tonight we're doing a challenge round. The idea is the challenge round is to practice our autonomous avoidance code. So we've got some troll bots which are stationary on the track, and the robots have to avoid them as best they can using the Raspberry Pi camera on the front of each robot. And I'm feeling like we've had 2 minutes right now. No, it's because I'm very keen to get the feed on tonight to make sure we're on time. Hey, we were on time 2 nights running now. Can I just announce that? 6:30 on the dot, bang, straight out.
Would you like me to start?
Yes, please, start the robots.
Okay, start the robots, please.
And we are off. Oh, brutal start. Wacky Racer and IQ Audio bashing into each other on that first bump as they try to get between those 2 robots. Absolutely smashing into each other. That was quite brutal. Now they've both botted into the troll bots. Wacky Racer is doing a bit of avoidance. They're upside down now. This is getting a bit tricky for them. Yes, Pico says he's updated the leaderboard to put final updates on there. I'm loving your work, Pico, but you might be a little bit previous, because tonight, if Pi Hard get like 20 laps, which is entirely possible if they avoid everything and do a really smooth run, they could get 40 points, which would push them up. And the same goes for Chitty Chitty Pi Pi. There's a lot of robots that are further down the leaderboard that if they get 20 or so points tonight, it could push them up into the final. So I believe that your finalists calculator will be 100% right after we've completed our races tonight. It's still all to play for, with robots being able to rack up huge points in these challenges. But loving your work, it's great. It can see who is closest to getting in and who's far away. It's very good. So looking down at the leaderboard here, IQ Audio are early on the doors. They've got 1 lap in the bag. Wacky Racer struggling somewhat tonight, which could be awkward for them, but it should be okay. They've got 46 points on the leaderboard. They should be fairly safe for the final, save for Pie Hard, Team Yoshi and Chitty Chitty Pie Pie getting an incredible sum of laps, along with the Solar Cats, who are, not racing tonight. Oh no! So I thought the Solar Cats would be, but they're not. So Lamillo have a chance to squeeze them out of the top 10, potentially. Or top 5, sorry. Also asking, where is the AI? There are some people who have machine learning in their code. There are some people who are doing neural networks. And so there is some AI in the code. So while you ask, where is it? There are some people who are doing it. Wacky Racer now appears to have beached themselves on the wall. This is not what we were hoping for them. Wacky Racer really struggling now. If they can get themselves off the wall, they might be okay. But IQ Audio seems to be struggling as well tonight. Maybe there's something in the water. IQ Audio. Oh no, it's IQ Audio on the wall, sorry. My mistake. I couldn't see the green light. I assumed. And I will make an ass out of you and me if I do that. IQ Audio there, stuck on the wall. Wacky Racer now have put 1 lap in. I think being upside down is causing them some trouble. Hopefully they can flip themselves back up the right way round. This looks bad. Ooh, a big bang from upstairs. But this is counting down now with the clock, 5 seconds to go. Close to the end of this race, and that is it. So that's a bit of a turn up for the books after Wacky Racer's such dominating performance in the first 2 robots. That is really tricky. This is going to make an interesting top table now. Let's fill in that so I can see how that affects things. So 1 lap apiece. IQ Audio though taking the technical win because they got to their 1 lap first. So let us fiddle about with some stuff. I've got some paperwork to do. Shuffling the papers, talk amongst yourselves. Right, so Aaron is setting up the next 2 robots and repositioning the robots back into place. And then we're good to go. Let's put the spin view up and introduce the next 2 robots that are going to be up. So here we have on the left from Poole in the UK, it's Team Pie Hard. 20 years of coding, only 7 days Python. It was 7 at the start of the series. I imagine it's 7 plus 60, or however many days this competition's been running now. Assuming that you've actually coded. I don't know. I'm assuming you have.
Then you can rightly say
you're a Python expert. You can. Tim says if you've done Formula Pi, you're now a Python expert because there's so many things that you have to do in this. But the Team Pi Hard are doing really well. They're in 2nd place currently on the leaderboard, but looking good for the final. They're in a nice solid position there in the top 5. Now it's Team Lamillo, who are 8th currently in the leaderboard. They did race previous in a Formula Pi season, but I can't remember their results off the top of my head. I haven't got them written down. But they've done really well this season, so 8th place. They are on the cusp of a final position. If they do well tonight, they should get into the final. They are currently 8 points adrift from the final cut-off. So that's 4 laps and a win, 4 laps and a win, 3 laps and a win, 4 laps. Either of those 2 things. Oh, I'm all over the place tonight. I've had a day where I've been debugging stuff today, and I'm feeling a bit frazzled. Yeah. Right. Electronics and software, yeah. Trying to learn some electronics. So I'm completely new to electronics. This is a new thing for me.
What books?
Yes, if you've got electronics book suggestions, please tweet them to me at the Tufty. I've been chatting to people online this afternoon and had some good suggestions. I've ordered 1, but I think there's a couple more on the list.
What's it called?
I ordered the Make Discovering Electronics one, which said that one of the chapters you were going to blow stuff up, which is I'm down for exploding capacitors in a safe way. That is what I'm going to be doing. I think Horowitz and Hill was mentioned about 8 million times, but they seemed like they were very, very serious electronics people, and I'm very, very beginners, like literally Ohm's law. I'm going to have to do Ohm's law again and again and again because it was 20 years ago I did that, and I'm nowhere near that good anymore. So 2 robots here, loitering on the start line. Give me that thumb, Tim.
It should be soon.
It's not giving me that thumb yet. It's rude.
Okay.
Right, please, yes, send them off.
Okay, so lights and ones, please.
So, Light sequence starts, green, red, green, and then they're away. Ooh, so, Pie Hard. Wow, that was a right-angled corner there from Pie Hard. Really determined cornering. Lamillo struggling a little bit, but they have managed to avoid both robots so far. Pie Hard doing a bang and reverse, and then a bang and a reverse. Ooh, quite a few little reverses. Maybe not quite far enough there. I'm getting very angry with that robot now. There he goes, and he's through. That was about 5th, 6th chance. Oh no, he's gone backwards again. Damn, come on, Pie Hard. Come on, Pie Hard. Let's go. I've just realised I've left my phone on again. Naughty. See you all here. Shouldn't have done that. Twitter's tweeting at me. Pie Hard zipping through now on their first lap. Good. Excellent work from them. So 7 was the best number of laps we've seen so far in the challenge round 3. That was set by Lambda P last night. Can Pie Hard go better? Can they get 8 in? It's going to be a bit tight. I'm thinking they're probably going to get 4 or 5 maybe. I'm going to put that guess out there now. Just judging by how they're reacting when they do hit robots, and going backwards doesn't help either. Come on, Pie Hard. Spin yourself round. Come on, Pie Hard. Where's Lamillo? We've lost sight of Lamillo right now. So Lamillo look like they're beached on that robot there, so that could be curtains for them, and we can see Pie Hard is now zipping around in the background. Got some good avoidance there, Pie Hard. Well done. That's looking good. Just banging into the robots and then reversing. Oh, no. Lamillo back to life again. Oh, no. Oh, yes, now. It's on and off from Lamillo. Ooh, Pie Hard banging into that robot on the far side. Well-positioned Trollbot there. So, coming around for their 3rd lap here now. 4 or 5, I reckon, is pretty good. I think that's where they're going to be. Not quite the same levels that we saw from Lambda P last night, but looking pretty good. Lamillo have now freed themselves in a coming round for their first lap to get completed. Yes, good stuff. And Pie Hard struggling on the back straight there. Whoa, Lamillo really dodging that robot there. That was very impressive. Really swooped in for the corner and then decided, actually, do you know what? There's a robot there. I'm not going to have that. So, Lamillo coming for lap 2. Pie Hard coming around for lap 4. Good stuff. Their avoidance is very good. They've gone for the traditional bash and reverse, which is good. It's a good enough strategy. It works very well for a lot of good robots. We've seen strategies such as the slow down if you see something bad and then think about where to go. We've seen the bash and reverse, which is good, and we have seen some very, very impressive dodging round robots from Lambda P last night. So that's it. I was about right. 5 laps there for Pie Hard, gives them the win, and 3 laps there for Team Lamillo. So another good performance from them too. That's great. So let's type that into the old leaderboard and see how we do. So that has solidified Pie Hard's position there in 3rd place on the leaderboard. Wacky Racer have now jumped back up to the top of the leaderboard. So, midway through, let us shout out to some lovely, lovely sponsors and people who look after us. So, sponsors, people who look after us, people who give us dosh and help us put these races on and buy equipment and are just generally lovely. POSIX, indoor GPS positioning systems. They're run on the Raptor board, which is the next series of Formula Pi stuff. We're going to be running the faster, more agile robots. Check out their boards, they're amazing. Mod My Pi, the team down in Tunbridge Wells who build everything that's awesome for the Raspberry Pi. Go and check out their shop. Also my employers now, PS. I work for Mod My Pi and I provide all the blogging stuff for them now, so that's good. Electromaker.io, hardware hacking community from the UK, but go and check out their blogs and tutorials and project guides and all sorts of wonderful things that they've got on their website. IQ Audio, amazing audio hats for the Raspberry Pi. Go and check them out. DACs and amps and anything you need audio, they are the best. Go and check them out. And finally, Pimeroni from Sheffield, who do amazing add-on boards for the Raspberry Pi. I've just seen all their microbit stuff that was launched out today, touchpads and microbit controllers and stuff. They're looking really good, as well as all the Raspberry Pi stuff they do that's just so beautiful, like the Breakout Garden, Hyperpixel, Picade. Like, the list is endless. Just go and check them out. Next up, if you want to sponsor Formula Pi, just send on there, flash on the screen, info@formulapi.com, or tweet us at @formulapi_, and let us know how you'd like to help. We're always open for people helping us. Ta-da! Done. Spin view. Ooh, let's go to the spin view. Tidy up my desktop a little bit, it's a bit of a mess in here. Right. Spin view. Oh, brain's a bit frazzled tonight. I did Pilates this morning as well, so I'm super relaxed. Next up, on the outside, we have Chitty Chitty Pie Pie. This is their second season in Formula Pi. They have 80 years of life between them. Good. Is that one person or 3 people? Who knows? But they are currently 5th in the leaderboard. They have 9th position in the previous series, and they're looking good tonight for a final place. So just getting a couple of laps on the board here will give them a few more points. We'll just push them a bit further into that top 5 spot. And on the outside, for their first season in Formula Pi here, we have Sheldon's Fury, who are currently in 17th place. They've had a fairly good season from memory. I seem to remember they had a really good couple of races and have been looking good in testing. So, fingers crossed for Sheldon's Fury tonight. They've got a second in their first race, which was really good. And it was a non-start in their second race, though, so that's probably why they're in the low position. But, chance to push themselves up tonight. They did false start in the last race. I seem to remember. Right, Sheldon. Let's have it. Thumb? Yes.
Okay, start the light sequence.
Always have to look for the go thumb. You should paint it green. You should have one green thumb and one red thumb, so I know when it's go and stop. Green, red, green. And then we'll be away again here. Sheldon is not jumping the lights this time round. Ooh, banging into that first troll bot, barging it out of the way. And Chitty Chitty Pie Pie just making their way around the first troll bot, but now Sheldon's Fury is struggling. They do have a nice new orange lid though, which is very lovely. Very distinctive, really easy to spot on the camera, so thank you for that. You obviously thought of me in advance. So struggling here, but going backwards for Sheldon's Fury. Chitty Chitty Pie Pie is thinking about going round stuff. Simon is in the chat and he says that Chitty Chitty Pie Pie is running all new avoidance code. Seems to be doing alright right now. You've got a lap in the bag. It's going backwards though, she says. Sorry, curse of the commentator. Oh no, we're off again. We're going in the right direction. It's fine. Still looking good though. See, that's a proper avoidance. Just thinking about it. Ooh, through the gap. It's working, I'd say. It's avoiding that robot. It's just struggling to get back on the track after it's done the avoidance. Here's Sheldon's Fury getting their first lap in the bag, which is good. So can they catch up Chitty Chitty Pie Pie and get a lap in? They are about half a lap adrift. Can they manage it before the end of time? Chitty Chitty Pie Pie. Second lap now in the bag. Just faffing about. That's how it is. Chitty Chitty Pie Pie now third lap, that's good. So they've got themselves a nice smooth line now, I believe. Oh, bit of a spin, but carrying on nice and neatly. Oh, a bit more smooth now, so everyone seems to be avoiding the trolls. I don't know if they've been pushed enough off the lines to achieve smoothness now. Sheldon's Fury really making sure that that line is completely clear. So Chitty Chitty Pie Pie here getting some good laps in, some solid laps, and this could be good for them. 10 points so far on the leaderboard. That puts them nicely into the top 5, comfortably. I think that'll overtake Team Yoshi, but Team Yoshi are still to run tonight. Sheldon's Fury just clocking up their second lap there. Chitty Chitty Pie Pie, can they get one more lap in before the end? That's the question. Didn't move that AT-AT, Tim. That AT-AT is still in the way. I cannot see through him. He is not invisible. As much as the Empire would like them to be invisible so the rebels can't see them, he is not. Yeah, it is a good thing to look at, but I can't see the robots completely when they go behind it. I think if you moved him to maybe where the Dalek is, it would be good. It wouldn't be in the way so much. So Chitty Chitty Pie Pie coming in there. Oh, that's it. End of the lap. Time ran out whilst I wasn't even watching. So that is it for this heat. Chitty Chitty Pie Pie taking the win there with 5 laps. That calculates to 12 points on the leaderboard. And Sheldon's Fury there with 2 laps, which will give them 4 points on the leaderboard, which is good stuff. For Chitty Chitty Pie Pie, that puts them in 4th place behind Pie Hard. Oh, so a bit of a local battle for the final there. This is going to be interesting. Right. Team Yoshi now being set up. They are also on the cusp of the final. I actually think if Team Yoshi do well tonight and win this heat, the final might actually already be decided tonight, before we even have the last race. We can just sack off the last race and go down the pub. Sounds great to me. Right, Team Yoshi, you got a lot of work to do. So, let's get the spin view wound up for the final race of the final challenge round of this year. No, of this season. Ah, you see, I'm well ahead of myself. On the outside, we have Formula Pi regular Swinders, who is currently in 20th position after a bit of a difficult season. Last year came 2nd in the final, and before that came 12th and 9th. So I was really hoping to see Swinders in the final this year. Could still do it tonight. If he gets maybe 10 laps, we can see him in the final, because that'll be 22 points, taking the win, bumping him up the leaderboard. Could happen. Possible. But good luck, Swinders. Really hope you do well tonight. And next up on the outside, currently sitting 4th in the leaderboard, it is Team Yoshi from Funabashi in Chiba in Japan. Been coding for about half a year, but clearly that half a year has been well spent because they've been very, very successful this year in Formula Pi. If they do well in this heat tonight and come first with a decent chunk of laps, their position will be secured in the final. And I told you that the challenge heats would count for a lot, because the ones that have won the challenges are now in the top 5 in the final. So Team Yoshi might have the same deal tonight. It's interesting. I honestly thought that there could be a couple of people who might have squeaked their way into the final, but it could all be decided by tonight if Team Yoshi does well. Otherwise, we go to next. If Team Yoshi doesn't do so well tonight, we go to next week, and there will be 1 place up for grabs in the final. For about 4 or 5 teams could all be in the mix for that. So, Team Yoshi does well, we've got our finalists. If Team Yoshi doesn't do well, we don't have our finalists. This is close. Right. Are we good, Tim? So yes, Simon, Chitty Chitty Pie Pie are finalists. No one can touch them. You can take a break for the final race. Obviously, these are all to be confirmed after the races, but on the unofficial official spreadsheet says that yes, you are finalists. Tim, yes, please.
Okay, start light signals, please.
Right, come on, everyone. This is a good little heat. It's interesting to see how these two get on. So green, red, green, and then they will be away. They're off, both away. Ooh, both smoothly through that gap, but straight on for Team Yoshi. Interesting. Swinders. Or have I got the colours mixed up? Swinders went straight on, sorry. Team Yoshi managed to get away smoothly. There you go, Swinders now calmly getting away from the line. Yoshi is struggling with that robot, but appears to be doing some manoeuvring. Getting a big start on this last Trollbot, really spinning its wheels quite aggressively, and here comes Swinders. Ooh, just to help. Three-way bash there. All pushing the robot out of the way, but that has allowed Team Yoshi to get free and head off down the track. So they've gone past those first 2 Trollbots. Team Yoshi first lap on the clock right now. I think that is probably a good start for them. I was about to say something that wasn't true, so I stopped myself. So Swinders is now getting stuck on that robot. Team Yoshi coming for the second lap. Let's see. Swinders has got himself free. Yes. Yes, Swinders. Come on. I want to see 10 laps now. Let's go. Smash them out. Let's go. So Swinders is free. That Trollbot is parked. Where is Team Yoshi? Oh. Team Yoshi's now going the wrong way. Swinders has unlapped themselves. Flip. Flip again. Flip again. Flip again. Many flips. How are we doing? Come on, Swinders. Team Yoshi. I'm watching this now. I'm not even commentating. I'm just watching it because I want to see what happens and not talking. This happens when you're really interested. You're like, what's going to happen? Team Yoshi now coming with a third lap. 3 on the board. So maybe not quite enough to get into the final. I think possibly, so do the calculation. I think they need 5 laps and the win to push themselves definitely into the final. Let's see if Team Yoshi can get in a couple more. Do the calculation too, there we go. Yes. 5 laps should be enough, actually. They've done the 5 laps now, so I think that is it. I think that's put Team Yoshi into the definite final, so that means we've got our finalists already decided before the end of the season. That's unheard of. It's the first time that's ever happened. Usually it's been a bit of it goes down to the last race. So there we go. I think that is, obviously needs to be checked by the marshals, but that is it. So Team Yoshi taking the win for that heat with 5 laps, and Swinders in second place with 2 laps. So let me fill in that leaderboard and shuffle everything around. And I think that definitely confirms our 5 finalists already, subject to marshals. I always need to be like disclaimer, subject to marshals. Yeah, that's it. You've got your 5 finalists, Tim. We don't have to run race 3. We could just sack it off and go down the pub. Tim's very excited about this. Yep, so that's it. We've got our 5 finalists after tonight. Crazy. Marshals will obviously double check all the results and make sure that everything's fine. We will still run the race. We're not gonna debate it. But
We still might go to the pub too.
We still might go to the pub too. Yeah, we might bring the pub here. That would be nice. So that's it. Any announcements? I guess Fen Jam. We've still got tickets for yourself. Fen Jam. Come and see all of the robots. We'll have the Formula Pi track, the little rollout one that we took to Raspberry Fields. Aaron will be protecting his ankles at all costs when running that because it is quite painful when they run over your feet. And I will be there running around feverishly, probably running a workshop, faffing about. Tim will be there.
We'll be running a robot.
They're running a robot clinic, so if you want your robots looking at, if they're poorly, then Tim will give them a little plaster and tell them that they're good robots and send them on their way.
Learn how to use a Pi and all that stuff.
Yeah, learn how to use a Pi, come faff about, it'll be great, you'll love it. We'd love to see you there, so head over to fenjam.org for that one, and we will see you on the 23rd of September if you want to come and have a jam with us. And that's it, we're done for tonight. We'll see you in 2 weeks for race 3, which is all but academic, but we'll still do it anyway. Right, see you all in a couple of weeks then. Goodbye for now.